Hello, my friends. How are you? Today it's a beautiful Wednesday, and we are going to start the video. I am going to start the video by telling you that it's very important that you send your homework every day. For example, today's video, you are going to see today's video, and the homework needs to be sent tomorrow. You need to send tomorrow the pictures by WhatsApp, and as you know, I check the homeworks and I give you feedback. And it's very important that you practice every day listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Right now it's a little complicated. Remember that these are the first videos, so probably in the next videos I include audios or external things to help you, but right now it's only telling you the pages to work, and that's it. So we are going to start the video right now. Please pay attention, and remember that if you have any questions, you can ask me via WhatsApp, or even you can call me. So we are always checking on you. So let's start with the online class. Hello, Martin. How are you? So yeah, thank you for your homework. It was very good. Now this is something important too. Please send me an audio about this. How often do you send emails? Do you usually have to copy other people in? Yes. For example, I am going to give you a little introduction to the next topic. A little introduction. Copy in. That is a phrasal verb. Copy other people in. Do you see that the subject is in the middle? For example, when I send emails, I have to copy two people in at least. What are some ways to catch up with your work when you start to fall behind? Fall behind, it's non a separable phrasal verb. Fall me behind or fall something behind doesn't exist. So what are ways to catch up? Catch up, it's not a phrasal verb because it's a phrasal verb, but it's not separable. Catch up with. So obviously you understand the meaning of these phrasal verbs. It is very important. Catch up with and fall behind. The idea is that I am introducing you to the next topic, which is that some phrasal verbs you can put the subject in the middle like this, and in some other phrasal verbs you cannot put any subject in the middle, like this one and like this one. And for example, one way you might be not to pick up in the pickup phrasal verb, it is possible to use a subject. It is possible to use a subject here. For example, pick the phone up. Yes, so in this phrasal verb it's possible, but you know what, it's about practice. So you might be not to pick the phone up or to pick up the phone every time it rings. So this is just a little introduction for the next topic. Do you tend to join conversation in class or at? Why or why not? Join conversation in. Join in. This is another phrasal verb that it is possible to put the subject here. But you know what? This is just an introduction for the next page, okay? So, for example, Martin, I need you, please, to send me an audio about this. How often do you send emails? Do you send emails very often, every day? For example, I send emails 4 times a week, or sometimes every week. Every day. Do you usually have to copy other people in? I sometimes have to copy 2 or 3 people in, besides the main receipt. What are some ways to catch up with your work when you start to fall behind? So when you start to fall for example, when I start to fall behind, I need to concentrate, because if things start to fall behind, probably it's going to be very difficult to catch up with the things. So it's going to be very difficult to catch up with my work when all the things start falling behind. So I don't want and I try not to let the things fall behind, because if that happens, I accumulate a lot of things and at the end I never finish. So for example, one way might not to pick up the phone every time it rings. Do you pick up the phone every time it rings? I need to, because they are students. Do you tend to join conversations in class or work? Why or why not? I try not to join in conversations. Why not? Because it's complicated for me. I don't want to get in trouble because I put my nose in other people's business. So please send me your audio about this. Try to use the phrasal verbs, my friend, okay? So let's continue with the next page I would like you to do. Let's continue with the next page I would like you to do. The next page I would like you to do is this one, my friend. This, probably you will have time. If you don't have enough time, please let me know, because sometimes it's complicated to do all the work in one day. But at least until this A, B, and C. So you're going to read this. There are some phrasal verbs there. Obviously, phrasal verbs like write. Let me be this. As you can see, we have this, write down. But in the middle, you have information. In the middle, you have information. You can write down information or you can write information down. In this case, you can separate the phrasal verb and put something in the middle. We also have get along with. Get along with. In this case, I didn't get along with them. In this case, it's different because it is impossible in this case to separate them. I didn't get them along with. No, it is impossible. Why? It is the rules. Some phrasal verbs cannot be separated. Also, we have another one. Join in. Join in their conversations. Join their conversations in. It's a little different. You know, sometimes when you put the meaning, the subject between the phrasal verb, the meaning changes. So for this one, let's not separate. From join in, you cannot separate it. As you can see, the subject, it's here, it's a part. And another one that I can tell you, it's dealing with. Dealing with, you cannot. Dealing them with, no, dealing with them. You cannot separate it because the subject is here. The other example is this one. This is a great example of how you can put some things between. Yes, and for example, we have the watch out. Can you fill this form out, please? Can you fill it out? Oh, can you fill out it, please? So be careful with this. This is an introduction to the topic. So at least, Martin, do these 3 exercises. If you have questions, please send me your questions. It is very important. And I hope to get your homework tomorrow, please. If there is time for you to send me an audio about this, it will be great, because here you have setting up a clothing store will be called. Here you need to talk about setting up a business. Maybe I don't think I like dealing with angry customers. So you need to check some phrasal verbs here and be sure how to work with them. So we can speak about this. Don't worry. When we come back to classes, we are going to practice this, but it's going to be easier if you have the context more or less. So if you cannot send an audio for this, don't worry. The important is that you understand the phrasal verbs meanings. Okay? So Martin, for tomorrow I expect your pictures. Thank you very much. And that's all, my friend. So thanks a lot and bye-bye.